if you're seeing this message right now, I feel like you're in a very peaceful space in your life. Almost feels too quiet, like it's something you're not necessarily used to, having all of this space um, to just rest and breathe and to just be with yourself and to not feel like you're at odds with someone or something, to not feel stressed out. This might be the first time in your life that you don't feel stressed. You don't feel um, like you're fighting something. You don't feel drained. You don't feel exhausted. You don't feel lost completely. You feel like you're on the right track. You feel like you're closer than you've ever been to what it is that you desire. You've created this emotional stability within you. And that's why everything is building from that foundation. So everything is going to have a different energy, a different frequency than it has before. You're building something sustainable for the long run, the long term. I don't know why there's like this rattling sound. I don't know what that is. Um, but yeah, I feel like there might be strange things occurring. This might just be a strange time. Like it feels strange. It feels strange to be this comfortable in your own skin. It feels strange to feel this stability inside. And now that you're building that, the external world is catching up, right? It's starting to reflect back that inner stability that you feel. So there's going to be abundance coming in. There's going to be um, stable commitments, stable partnerships, stable career path, stable home life. Like everything is going to start aligning to the work that you've done on yourself. So you could be stepping into a lot of luck. You could be feeling very lucky. Um, my nose just got itchy. Um, like this morning, um, I was gonna say I was feeling called to the color green. The color green was coming through today. This morning, I was making my matcha, and it like kind of exploded everywhere. Like when I was just trying to scoop the powder out, and I was like, and it's like that. It's a really bright green, and like it really kind of sticks to everything. And I was like, wow, okay, like I get it, I hear it, spirit. And then tonight for dinner, I made pesto pasta, and it's also very bright green, like super bright. Um, so there's definitely something about this, like this lucky energy and this money energy, um, sustainability, you know. Also, I'm wearing a green shirt. Um, yeah, I just like it feels grounding, but it also feels heart centered, right? Heart based, of like you're in alignment. The reason you're so lucky right now, the reason you're attracting all this abundance is because you're moving from your heart space. Like you're doing things with purpose, you're doing things with intention, you're doing things that are fulfilling to you. So that's why everything is pouring in now, or is about to start pouring in, because you're moving from your truth, you're moving from your own desires and needs. You're very focused on yourself right now and building your own wealth. And wealth not just meaning money, but meaning, you know, a rich and full life, you know, that intoxicates the senses and stimulates you and like feeds your voracious mind, I'm hearing. So it's something that like it's at your level, like spirit's not going to give you something surface level, something on sale. I'm hearing they're going to give you like the best of the best, like the cream of the crop, like the exclusive, like you're going to get access to things that you maybe have never experienced before. So, but that's why it's like there's this need to ground of like stay grounded, stay like connected to whatever is going to keep you feeling solid, because there are going to be a lot of things coming in that are going to surprise you in a good way. And so like spirits just wanting to make sure that you have like all your kind of routines and rituals and practices in place to call on to like keep you consistent with this life that you're building, that like to keep you from kind of getting lost, of like you have these things that kind of keep you aligned. So keep you in line but aligned as well, right? So whoa, sorry, I just kicked the table. um yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like consuming green things. Like I'm pretty sure that's part of what Ayurveda is like eating foods that are like the energy that you want, right? So like if you're consuming this green food, um, you're kind of calling in that abundance and that, to me, right, I'm getting like this heart centered groundedness of like it's this alignment of like the reason it's coming in is because, like I said, you're moving from your heart space. You're doing things for you. So that's the other reason why like these manifestations are coming in now, because the blocks are gone, and the blocks were not only internal. Uh-oh, I think my microphone died, but I don't want to lose this thought. They're not only internal, um, they're also external. So they're also external. Sorry, I just got my other microphone. Oh, I'm also noticing the green dot here too. Interesting that it went red when I was talking about the blocks. Okay, so it's almost like spirit will delay your manifestations until you clear out things from your life that could be a threat to them, right? Like it's kind of like the example, if you're in this relationship that's kind of draining you or like feeding off of your energy, it's like they can't bring in this wonderful gift for you, because then it kind of would get drained. All that energy that's like meant for you would just get like sucked up by this other energy. Or if you're in a job, like whatever the circumstance is, it could be a lot of things. It's almost like you don't have, it's like there's this interference in the way, right? So it's not until like they're almost like want to make sure that stuff is out of the way, so that when you receive your blessings, like they're for you. There's no one else around that is going to kind of take it from you, right? Or make you feel guilty about it, or make you feel like you don't deserve it, or put it to the side in some way. It's almost like they were waiting for you to choose yourself. They were waiting for you to really, really, really commit to this path, to your desire, to your truth, to be like, okay, now let's go. You know what I mean? Like, because before it could have, and maybe this has already happened. Like maybe you have gone down this path a few times and kind of gotten thrown off, or like you didn't get far enough, or as far as you would have liked, right? You got rerouted, or de- took a detour, right? And there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? Like every path we take is going to lead us somewhere, you know, I mean, somewhere that we learn something that we will use right? So it's like, okay, if we went that way, it's because we needed to learn something. We needed to learn a lesson, right? We needed to experience something, see something, whatever. So it's never wasted time. It's never like you're too late and you're never running out of time, right? We always have more time. And I think when we are in a rush, when we feel like we need to rush, it's because we feel like we're not doing enough. And then again, we're kind of operating from that lack mindset. But when we're in this state of attracting abundance, we're not worried, right? We're kind of like we're in this lighthearted, carefree energy. I have this card that came out. Um, so it's a jug. See, like we're being poured into. It's like when you're not worried, the universe is able to come in and bless you super easily because you're in that vibration. And I know that sounds like, what does that mean? But what I was trying to say is like, yeah, when you're worried, when you're in that space of lack, you might feel like you need to rush, like there's not enough time, like you're not doing enough, you know. But when you know everything is working out for you, when you're in that kind of confident, self-assured place, that trusting place, you're able to slow down because you're like, you know what, it's all good, you know, like things are unfolding as they should. Like I am going with the flow because I trust in what I'm doing and I know that it will pay off. So then there's like, it takes off this weight, um, and it allows you to just be more present and enjoy and kind of move with your intuition and not worry about what's coming next, right? But just trust that like you will be shown the way. So, which is another card that came out. I put it back, but there was the angel card where it's like you will be shown the way. Um, and there's a candle in the image, and I have one candle lit here. Um, so it's kind of like you don't need much. You just need one candle light. You just need one little headlight, you know, to know where you're going, which direction, and just take one step. And like from there, the rest of the path will continue to reveal itself to you as long as you show up. And if you show up consistently for yourself, not for anyone else or anything that's draining you, but showing up for yourself, you'll see that you'll continue to have more energy. You'll continue to be more motivated. You'll continue to see the rewards of your actions. Um, like it will be it will be clear to you. Okay, so right now you're focused on your happiness. You're focused on enjoying your garden, enjoying the fruits of your labor because it's like you've made it so far to get to this point. And even if you're not seeing it yet, what you're feeling or starting to feel is this peace, this spaciousness of like, wow, I actually have space to take on new things because I've let go of so much. So it's like right now, before the next thing begins, before we rush into the next thing, it's about taking a moment to pause and look around and enjoy this feeling and like really, really appreciating how far you've come and being proud of yourself for the work that you did to get here because it wasn't easy. And it's only with this distance that you're able to look back and see, you know, wow, like I really am in such a different place than last year or the year before, right? Like it takes time and distance before we can really see how much we've shifted, how much we've changed. Okay, that was the other thing that was coming through was a snake. Um, I got a snake skin print dress today. I don't know, just like I just saw it and I was like, oh, I gotta try that on. And I had tried on a bunch of different. I went to a couple thrift stores today and like nothing was really fitting right when I tried it on. But then when I saw that dress, I was like, oh. I didn't really feel like trying anything else on because I had like, you know, anyway, but I was like, let me just try this. And then it was like, oh yeah, okay, this is the thing. I got to get this. Anyway, so there's something about that of like, yeah, you're finding what fits you. You're finding, and it's happening quicker now because you're not second guessing, you're not doubting, you're just going with your instincts. But you have the ability to do that now because you're clear. You have that clarity of there's this absence of noise, right? This absence of chaos. It's strange, but it's good. Um, it's really healing for you. And so it's like, just soak this up. Don't, you know what I mean? Because there is more, like, there's a buzz building, right? Um, so just enjoy this kind of quiet because it's really juicy and potent and like, um, you're able to receive a lot, like the Empress energy is what I'm getting of like just receiving, just soaking up the glow, soaking up the sun, letting things flow to you. Like, there's no need to rush. We are in this state of trust, right? So you could be using affirmations, or subliminals, or, um, excuse me, listening to sound baths, or like just like high frequency energy, things to just kind of keep your energy, um, in balance and grounded. But the other thing I was going to say about the snake is like, when a shake, sh- when a shake, when a snake sheds its skin, um, they're gonna feel this peace, right? Because like they're gonna feel this like smooth, like no resistance, right? It's like, wow, it's this new skin. And previously they would have been feeling a lot of discomfort because they were outgrowing and they were peeling off and they were shedding, and like it's painful. And so when that period ends and they have this new skin, there's this big shift of like, wow, like it's so there's this adjustment kind of like, I no longer am in pain, or like I've somehow transmuted it into this new, really strong but like sexy skin. I don't know. It's like it's like you've leveled up, right? With each time that you shed, you become more attractive, you become more powerful, you become more, um aware of yourself, but more in touch with yourself and who you are. It's almost like you unlock a new version. You unlock another layer, another level to your madness. I'm hearing another level to your like weirdness, another level to your creativity, to your essence, to your oomph, your oomph. So yeah, you're only getting better, and you're only going to continue to get better as you get older, as you age, right? Because you're becoming more and more yourself. You're becoming more confident. You're letting go of all this fear, all of this judgment, all of this like pettiness, all of this drama, all of this whatever, all of this that doesn't fit you. You're like, that's not for me. Like, you're just saying no. And so you're able to say yes. That's why you're able to say yes to all these other gifts that are coming in. So continue weeding out what you don't want, because even if you don't see anything yet, and if there is, feels like there's this big opening right now, it's because there's a lot of flowers that are getting ready to bloom in your life. Okay. So the other card I was getting was the grasshopper, which is green. And it's very balanced. It's grounded. It's not in a rush, right? It's taking its time. It's observing. And it's not thrown off, by other people being like, why aren't you moving, or why aren't you doing anything, right? Because they might be perceived as doing nothing, or moving very slowly, or like going at their own pace, and other people might not understand, right? But you aren't concerned about that. Like you're like, I'm this is my process. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need to do right now. And so, yeah, people also might find you a little strange. They just don't, they're like, how, how do you do that? Um, but I feel like that's partly why you do this because you're like, I want to show people they can do this too, like there is another way. There's another way than what we've been taught or what we've been told, what we've been shown. Like we can choose another way. We can choose a life of ease. We can choose a life of effortlessness. We can choose a life of abundance. We don't have to stay with what we know or what we were given or like we can go we can choose something more for ourselves. We can choose something new to embody. We can choose to receive more. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You're asking for more. You're no longer staying small and trying to fit in a life that's not meant for you. You're no longer pretending to be somebody that you're not. You're saying this is who I am. I don't care if people understand me or not. I don't care if people think I'm asking for too much or being, you know, living in a dream world, because I choose to live in a dream world because I know it's possible, and so you're making your dreams come true. And even if this beginning stages, right, of like this new adventure, like you are so much farther along than you realize. And just like congratulate yourself for that, for just getting to this point, because you were not at this point a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? um and so the universe sees that, and they see your desire and your passion and your heart and your capacity to hold these gifts now, right? Because you're protecting them. You are protecting yourself. You are valuing yourself so highly that you're not going to let anything take this from you. It's not possible. Like you are so grounded in yourself. You're so full of self love, okay, and trust. You have this confidence that you didn't have before. And that's why everything is working out for you now, because you're listening to yourself. You're building a strong support system. You're taking chances on yourself. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, but in a way that feels safe, because you're remaining grounded. You're moving at your own pace. You're not moving on anyone else's timing. You're taking your time. You're taking your own timing. You might be starting your own business. You might be creating your own, career path based on your values, your structure, your own design. You're designing something that works for you. And I feel like you're going to be showing a lot of people what you did, because people are going to want to know how you did it. Um, so yeah, I think people look up to you. I think that you're taking on a bigger role. You've elevated, you've evolved, and I feel like you're starting to see it now. Like, oh, maybe I am. Like, yeah, I've never, been able to do this before. I've never felt this way before. I've never, I don't know. It just feels like there's this shift internally that's happened, and you are about to see and experience it in a tangible way, in your physical reality. So good for you. And yeah, just enjoy this moment. um yeah, and just hold it close, and remain in this gratitude, this grateful place, because it's only going to get amplified. It's only going to continue to rain blessings on you. So get ready. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.